There were bundled CNTs tied to the body. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
No, but it can fall. From the ceiling, I mean.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
So on to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
Presumably someone pushed it, yeah. The rigor mortis softened. What happens if I do wrong answers?
The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two
Oh wait,
beams.
is that the right answer?
It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
And that's what made it fall
Really? I
down.
thought that was the joke answer. I guess that would be
Now for the final question.
a timer. Okay. And nobody... Wait, so nobody... I guess. Maybe they're bright studio lights and you couldn't see up there, but I was thinking, like, did nobody look up there and be like, hey guys, there's half a body up here?
Why did the body explode?
Well, that one's easy.
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode. It's because of the contraption set up inside the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
All right, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording
Is
something?
Ryuki still, like, standing in the middle of... just standing in the middle of a park by himself, saying nothing because this conversation and everything's happening, like, in his head, or between the eyeball in his head, you know, is like a neural link kind of thing. He's just standing there in the middle of a park for, like, half an hour, talking to nobody, just standing there. With his eyes closed.
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit-part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Academy Award.
Academy? Like the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started! Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin. Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well,
How is it placed? I don't know exactly about that.
it was right here.
That's where it was placed.
The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward, onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon. It needs to be soft and squishy. Like an
I
octopus.
appreciate the lifeless stare in his eyes while he does this dance.
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it.
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
I want to know, yeah, what kept the body upright, though? That seems a little sus, you know?
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it.
What about like, shouldn't it have made it like a nice wet splat? Unless maybe, I don't know, however it got cut also, like, cauterized the giant opening, which made no liquid come out.
The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives.
And everyone suffered massive external
And
burning
that is the
on their
truth
body.
behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion.
Good work! I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
Yep, still standing here, still alone. Being a complete weirdo, can't even sit down.
It all makes sense now. That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't. Though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
So maybe not necessarily teleporting, but they're trying to lead people into thinking that it teleported, similar to the ship thing, maybe?
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Just like the Philadelphia
Still, that doesn't
experiment.
exactly explain how the whole body, you know, only being like 6 hours old or whatever it was thing.
Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
Actually, wait, no, this does make sense. Sorry, I'm thinking about in the future, or the present, with Mizuki, and finding the body that doesn't make sense because it's like, it's not multiple years old, or whatever it was. Yeah, multiple years old, but it's the other half of the body. This makes sense because at this point we don't know anything about the other half. It's just a normal, everyday, cut someone top to bottom murder. Okay, so this makes sense.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR
And of course it was drastically important that the body fall literally without turning or falling sideways or rotating in any way, so the sign was perfectly visible to the cameras when it landed. Because if anyone tried to move it and find out, they probably would have caught on fire and died.
The culprit must have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours. The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period.
That really would have sucked if, like, the plan didn't work and the body was already too soft, because you can't exactly re-rigor the rigor mortis.
Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
Okay. CNT is highly flammable carbon material, doesn't stand a chance against 3,000 degree temperature, but it bonds with oxygen to create carbon dioxide, which helps extinguish the flame.
That body fell from the studio
That's what I was
ceiling.
wondering. Why did it fall specifically in this direction?
If it fell sideways
Exactly.
when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. Just like a man's
Like a
you
what?
know what?
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign.
Really?
It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
Is that exactly how that works?
So, to
I'm
wrap
not
it all
entirely
up,
sure if it was traveling fast enough for that to have been effective in that way.
the culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video,
If
right?
anything, I think that would have made it more top-heavy, with more likely a chance to, change as it fell. Maybe.
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left
Oh,
side
it's in the future.
be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is #1 rule of investigation, right?
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean...
There really should have been somebody.
The director, Jinpei Wagai.
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now. At the Maid Cafe, Sunfish Pocket.
Oh boy, we're going back to Sunfish Pocket. But first... Oh wait, I thought this... How do we get a new eyeball-y? Reset? Is that what we want? It says the adult will not grow any further. We'll increase its stats, but it won't grow any further, so... Okay, goodbye. I don't like dark chocolate. Okay. Okay, yeah, so let's go to Sunfish Pocket. It's just like I remember it.
There he is.
Ah, shit!
Oh, dang! He's got a gun. I mean, I think he did before, but he's got a gun. We get another cool action sequence where we have to do quick time events. Not so innocent after all, are you there, bud? Oh, down. What happens if we fail? Just out of curiosity. Dead.
Ryuki! Ryuki!
It's always fun to see what happens when you fail. Alright, can we skip this? This is your punishment for not pressing the button very quickly. Man, we're really good at this. Enter? Oh, I wasn't ready for enter. Ooh!
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane? There are customers and staff in here.
My bad.
An apology is not gonna cut it.
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
Hey, can't you just let me go?
What?
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right? I can't go to jail! That's why I accepted his offer in the first place. I needed money to take care of my kid.
Accepted whose offer?
Some guy named Terror.
Terror, like tearing the seams.
I don't know his real name. Haven't seen his face or heard his voice either. All my contact with him was through Nile.
What did he ask you to do?
He said,
I'll borrow your studio for an hour or so on the 10th before you start preparing for the stream. Do not let anyone near the studio during this time. That includes you. All you need to do is keep the entrance unlocked. That's all. I'll pay you 5 million. If everything goes well, I'll pay you on the night of the 11th.
so me and the staff haven't met this Terror guy at all. I don't know what happened in the studio either. I had no idea that was gonna happen.
Seems pretty sus to me. Just some random dude sends you a message and says, hey, I'll give you $5 million. Just leave your house unlocked. And don't come in. Don't tell nobody. Just do it. 5 million. I'm a Nigerian prince. I'm to class 3A at Sekiba High. Once again, you know, just just give me your credit card number and I'll put a lot of money on it.
Class 3A at Sekiba High.
Ryuki!
Yeah, let's go.
Dang it, we didn't even get to enjoy being at Sunfish Pocket. Gotta go to school. Wow, this is spooky. Oh, ooh! It's Big Head Man. This isn't $5 million.
The director of Horodori Institute of
This
Genetics.
is a dead guy.
Chikara Horodori.
No way.
This is the
Can't
worst
be.
$5 million I've ever made. Oh, Chikara.
Mr. Date told me about this shrine.
It seems like we're supposed to have a whole lot more Mizuki in this game, but so far I've seen a lot of Ryuki and not a lot of Mizuki.
This place is so full of nature, just like Yoyagi Park. It's just calming here.
I see.
Tama, would you mind giving me some support?
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about Chikara's murder.
Are you sure you're okay, Ryuki?
What do you mean?
I feel like all of this has been taking a huge mental toll on you.
I'm fine. More importantly, can you recreate the crime scene for me? I just need to close my eyes, right?
Yeah, but... Fine. I'll play along. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Thanks. Let's start then.
Do we get to do another crime scene investigation? Guess it's a lot less invasive than poking around at the actual crime scene. I feel like you might,
It's perfect. It's
feel
just
like
like
you
the
might
real
learn
thing.
a little less, potentially. Then again, with the X-ray mode, maybe you're not.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course. Back when I was a student, my grandma told me I should learn a skill set.
Okay, so I can't actually, not in a 3D space here. I'm just, well, I sort of am, but I can't maneuver around in it. I'm just looking, and I can't do the, X-ray mode. Not yet. I'm sure when I look at the body, it'll let me do an X-ray thing. Oh,
I'm not!
I missed some of that. Hold on. Can you not rub your face on it?
Ryuki, can you not rub your face on it?
Trying to click through stuff really quick. I didn't realize that was going to be something. Alright, well, there's really not a lot to look at in here. Other than, of course, the corpse.
Chikara's right side. The cross-section is stuck right onto the blackboard.
What's the estimated time of death?
Based on the time the body was discovered, that would make it about 4 hours ago.
So, around 8 p.m. on February 11th. Right around the time we were meeting with Tokiko.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ryuki. This might freak you out, but there's something I have to tell you. Will you hear me out?
What?
The thing is, this corpse is so cowardly that it has no guts!
What?
I know. That was so bad. The joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it. I mean, look, the corpse is completely missing its guts. I couldn't let this chance pass me by.
The reason the corpse is on the blackboard is
Looks like there aren't any other clues here.
because it doesn't have internal organs anymore. The open space inside the body has a lower pressure than the outside, similar to how suction cups work. That is disgusting. But very helpful in understanding why it's attached to the board. Oh, Chikara, stuck to a blackboard.
Well, satisfied?
Hmm.
I checked the footage, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. Of course, that place is huge, so there are plenty of areas the security cameras don't cover.
Any cameras on campus?
None. Do you remember what Gen said? The security at Sekiba High is completely lacking.
Oh.
That's my assumption. I can't think of any other suspects.
Just who is this terror?
I wouldn't be having so much trouble if I knew that.
It can't be Tokiko, can it? Tokiko was with me at Chikara's time of death. And she was in Okinawa during the incident with Jin.
Yeah, at the very least, it seems unlikely that she did it personally.
But something has been bothering me. I feel like Tokiko is involved somehow. Chikara was a member of NICE, and he knew about Bats 490. That's not all. The appearance of Jin's corpse was made to seem like a paranormal phenomenon, as if the same thing from the Philadelphia experiment had happened.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program.
Could she have done all this to give her claim credibility?
I don't know, but it's possible.
I think this track was in the first game too. In fact, I'm almost positive it was. And I really like it. It's very chill and relaxing. I think they might have used it in a... Well, they used it in this place in the last game. That's right. They did. In the shrine place. A denial message Terror sent to Shinpei.
I think he was lying about the money. Terror probably wanted someone to find Chikara's
Well, of course, yeah.
body.
You mean he wanted Shinpei
Unless
to
there's
find
$5 million hiding inside the body cavity somewhere.
Not necessarily. It might have been for the police. Terror might have predicted that someone from the police would contact Shinpei.
Which makes sense, because we did.
In any case, let's go see Tokiko. I have to talk to her.
Understood. You've come this far. I'll back you up until you're satisfied.
Hi, we're back again.
I've been expecting you. I thought you would be arriving soon.
What do you mean?
I mean, I knew you would come see me.
Stop doing gang signs at me. Looks a little different in here when it's bright out. I can look at all the pond and the waterfall things again. Not that they're really going to do much.
The symbol of Nice, the non-nuple X. There are 4 unseen X's hidden within. They represent the truth of the world you live in. That is yet another meaning inside the non-nuple
Stop doing
X.
it. So 4 unseen X's. Are they including like the middle one? I guess... Yeah. Including some of, like, the other intersections, I think.
Not really. She's a kind woman. But I obviously wouldn't tell you even if I did know something. As her secretary, it's part of my job to protect her secrets.
Mamoru is an excellent employee who faithfully fulfills his duties. I have complete trust in him.
I'm honored to hear that. I respect you from the bottom of my heart as well.
Gag.
As you know, this is the President's office at the NICE Japan branch.
The world is full of rubbish. Such things should all be washed away. That was my thinking when I designed this
That's
room.
why you put a giant waterfall in the room.
You designed it.
Yes, the flow of water cleanses one's heart, just like the flow of time.
That's weird.
These aren't sunglasses. It's a fairy's black bra.
What a degenerate.
Okay. Pervert wearing a black bra on his face.
No, I don't.
Then do you know about terror?
I've heard that name on the news, yes. This is about the culprit, is it not?
Yes, but...
I have absolutely no idea who it could be. I'm sorry I can't help you, but...
I've solved the mystery, Miss Shigure. Jin's right half didn't teleport. It was just made to seem that way. It should have been obvious when you think about it. Teleportation? It's impossible. We live in a simulation? This is a fake world created by a program? Impossible. Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense. Just a ludicrous myth like UFOs, ghosts, and Kappa. I'm sure there are people who'd like to believe in these things. And there are groups who profit by making people believe.
Mr. Ryuki, it appears as though there's been some misunderstanding. We of NICE have nothing to do with this.
Are you sure about that? All the pieces would fit together if NICE is the one that made the QR video. The falsified paranormal phenomenon, what was written on the signboard, it all advances your agenda. Could it be that you wanted to spread the QR video by showing that sign along with the corpse on stream?
As I've told you, we are not the ones who made the QR video. What is the purpose of the QR video in the first place? Are you saying there is some message urging people to join NICE in it?
Perhaps.
I know of the incident, of course. However...
Yes, I know you have an alibi. We were here, having a conversation during the time of Chikara Horadori's death. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're completely innocent. You are the president of NICE. Surely you have plenty of subordinates who can do your bidding.
Are you implying I ordered someone to kill him?
It's a possibility.
And what would be my motive?
Well...
Remember what Tokiko said. Chikara Horadori is an avid believer in the Order of Percent. Their order and NICE are heading in completely different directions.
Perhaps NICE and the Order of Percent are hostile.
I see. You're suggesting there was a conflict between organizations. It is true that NICE and the Order of Percent have differing beliefs. However, we are not at odds with one another. Both organizations believe in the simulation theory. In that respect, we are comrades. We are living in a simulation, a false world. And from this false world, we seek emancipation. That is what NICE believes. On the other hand, the Order of Percent, we are living in a simulation, a false world. But they wish to remain imprisoned within it, forever.
Forever?
Mr. Ryuki, have you ever played an open-world game where you play as a criminal?
A game that lets you rob, murder, blow things up, leave a trail of debris wherever you go. An absurd, heinous game where you can freely commit all sorts of horrible crimes.
I've never played anything like that, but I know what you mean.
Then you can understand. If this is a false world created by someone, then the Order of Percent believe they can do whatever they wish. To them, this place is a true utopia. A dream world where they're allowed to do anything they want with no real consequences.
That's why they want to live here forever?
Exactly.
I get it. That's why Chikara was researching immortality.
In theory, using Purge, even immortality is achievable. The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will soon become a reality. What do you think? Isn't that wonderful?
I'm glad Chikara is dead and can't make any more weird faces at us anymore.